Hey everybody, welcome to Calvin's Got Game. Today I'm continuing on my top 100 favorite games of all time. And we're at our 60 through 51. So, let's go ahead and get started. Number 60 is Arkham Horror. Arkham Horror is a game to where you're fighting. It's in the Cthulhu mythos. You're fighting Cthulhu and all his best friends. Not all at the same time, but you can fight different ones in the deal. And you're going around through the outer world, through Arkham, trying to close gates, trying to fight off monsters, and it is a blast to play. I really enjoy Arkham Horror. I don't own Arkham Horror anymore because I have another game that kind of took its place for me, but anytime I get the chance to play Arkham Horror, I still play it. I probably will prefer the third edition. I haven't played it yet, but I have played the second edition. So I do enjoy Arkham Horror. That's why it's my number 60. And who knows, it may fall some next year. We'll have to wait and see. Number 59 is a game I don't get to the table as often as I want to. But when I play it, I'm like, why don't I play this game more? It's Tales of Arabian Nights. Tales of Arabian Nights is a total sandbox game to where you're trying to get fame. I think it's fame and fortune. You get to choose how many fame points you want to get and how many fortune points, or glory. Fame, glory, fortune, I don't remember. But you have to get a total of so many points. So you get to choose. I want to do 15 here, 5 here, 10 here, 10 here. So you're choosing the game level by how many points you have to go get. And then you start out with a side mission that you need to complete. And as you're going to different towns, you're going to roll a dice, read from a book of stories that gives you an interaction and something you have to choose, and you have a list of things that you can choose to answer with. And let me tell you, this game is so good. I don't know why I don't play it more often, but Tales of Arabian Nights is almost a sandbox game of just storytelling and choose your own path and adventure. It's just a blast. You may start out as a single guy going through the deal. You may get married. You may... heck, you may even change sex. You know, you'll be a man, all of a sudden a witch changes you into a woman, or something happens that you get changed into that. It is just a fun game, and you get lost sometimes. You get lost in a forest or something where a witch has cast a spell on you that you can't find your way out. You don't have memory or something. Until you do, you're stuck where you're at. Guys, Tales of Arabian Nights, fantastic game. I enjoy it. That's why it's my number 59. And it's probably that low because I don't get it to the tables often. If I got to the table more often, you might see it jump up quite a bit. Number 58 is kind of a newer game as well, and it's called Chronicles of Crime. Chronicles of Crime, you're trying to solve these murders or kidnappings or whatever it might be by scanning cards and locations to your phone or tablet, and it gives you information. And you have these group of people that are trying to help you. You have the police chief, of course, at the police station. You have a person who does IT, the morgue. You have some kind of doctor that can tell you certain things. Or that could fingerprint stuff, the lab kind of people. It is such an interesting concept. I don't know how much... I know people really enjoy it. I like it, and I love to play it. But once you kind of finish what's in the main box, you have to buy expansions or buy content on the app. Sometimes those games are kind of iffy for me, but Chronicles of Crime was really good. It's my number 58. If you haven't played it, it is a pretty good game activity if you like solving crimes and mystery. And one of the cool parts, I hadn't said this yet, one of the cool parts is you actually get to look sometimes at the crime scene or where something took place, and you look around at all the things on the ground around you, and it's a 360 thing. You kind of move around. And you just start picking out things that you see out of the clues, and then you scan them to see if they're actually a clue for this investigation. Guys, it's pretty cool. That's why Chronicles of Crime is my number 58. Number 57 is Heroes of Terranoth. Heroes of Terranoth is a cooperative game. Of course, so was Chronicles of Crime and also Arkham Horror. Heroes of Terranoth is set in the kind of like the D&D kind of universe, and you got these characters and you're trying to fight off the bad guys. So you're going through certain situations in levels, and you're using your cards in your hand to fight off certain things and rolling some dice. Heroes of Terranoth is really good game. Like I said, I don't play it as much as I want to. Some of it's still a little... the rules are kind of a little fuzzy to me right now because I haven't played it in a while. But it is a good game. When I play it, I'm like, wow, got to get to this table more often. I got so many games I need to get to the table more often. It's ridiculous. But Heroes of Terranoth is a good game. That's why it's my number 57. Number 56 is a party game. There's not been very many. I mean, there's been a few party games on here, but this one is a true party game called Draw Your Own Conclusion. And I played this at a game convention locally at Three Sons Unlimited. They had a board gaming convention thing. Draw Your Own Conclusion is... everybody has something that they can draw. It may be a circle, maybe a triangle, maybe a rectangle, maybe just a line. And so you have to try to draw this picture. And I can't remember how it starts, but everybody has their own tablet. You're going to have to identify whatever this picture is and try to guess what it is from everybody else drawing. You don't ever know that word, so I think it starts to the person to your left. They know your word. They write it down on the back page or something, and then everybody else has to draw whatever their symbol is, and they can draw as many symbols of whatever they're supposed to be drawing as they want, but they're trying to get you to understand what the word is. Guys, it is hilarious, especially if you're trying to draw something and you're supposed to be drawing, I don't know, a car. And no one has the circle for the wheels, right? So you're drawing triangles or rectangles, and you draw a big rectangle box for the car, and you have to, and you can only draw your shape, so you have to make sure you put it in places that people can kind of understand what it might be. Fabulous, and it's fun. It's fast. It is so funny. So that is 56. Draw Your Own Conclusion. It is a hilarious game. If you haven't played it, go check it out. Number 55 is Back to the Future, Back in Time. Back to the Future is a really good cooperative game. It is hard. I've yet to beat it. Of course, I only play it with my wife. I think if you had more people playing, you might get to accomplish more. But it's hard with two people. There needs to be some kind of, maybe it's out there and I don't know, but there needs to be some kind of leveling agent when you're only playing with two, because it is difficult to keep Biff off of the Lorraine and George. You're trying to get them together so they fall in love. Well, Lorraine, they always get carted off with Biff, or you can't do it if Biff's in the space. And picking up those challenges sometimes are even more difficult because the dice don't go your way. And things are happening, and it's just difficult to get this done. And pictures are fading away on the pieces of the picture are fading away. So it is a difficult game. I enjoy it. Back to the Future, Back in Time. They did a good job of capturing the theme of Back to the Future. I enjoy it. That's why it's my number 55. 54 is Space Base. Space Base is a game almost like Monte Carlo, almost like Valeria Card Kingdom. You're rolling dice, getting things. But this one is things that you can get on other people's turn, wherever you place the card is where you're going to get the stuff. And you have this long row board, and you're putting cards underneath, on top. It's just an interesting game. I liked it a lot when I play it. Don't get to play that one very often either, but it made a great impression on me. Space Base is a good game. If you like rolling dice, if you like collecting resources, if you like trying to figure out the best card to get to put either underneath on, I think it's on your turn, or up top and it's on someone else's turn, it is a good game for that. Good strategy. It's not hard to learn. It's not hard to play. So it's a good family weight game. If you haven't played Space Base, give it a try. Space Base is my number 54 for that reason. Number 53 is Aeon's End. Aeon's End is you are breach mages trying to keep the city of, I can't think of the city's name, trying to keep this city or this place alive where it doesn't get destroyed by the beings coming through the breaches. You're fighting off these monsters using magic spells, but you can only cast spells in breaches you have open. So you've got to get the breaches open so you can cast more spells, and more powerful spells. You get to buy cards to put in your deck. One of the interesting parts about this deck builder is when you get to your last card, you don't shuffle your discard pile. You just flip it over and go from there. So when you're discarding, if you buy a card, it goes immediately into your discard pile. But whatever cards you used, you can put them in any order onto your discard pile. So this makes your deck building a little different. Not only do you get to deck build, but you get to kind of figure out how you want to place those cards. When you flip it over, they're where you need them to be. Guys, it is a great game. Aeon's End, I really enjoyed, and guess what? It's cooperative, so I do like that aspect as well. Aeon's End, great game. Would like to sometime play Aeon's End Legacy, but you know how I feel about Legacy games. I never get them completed, and that's aggravating to me because you can't keep people together long enough to do that. So, Aeon's End, my number 53. 52 is The River. The River is a worker placement game, and I have to blame my friend Josh for kind of opening my eyes to worker placement. I wasn't a big fan of them, but playing some of the other games that Josh likes are worker placement, and I've come to like worker placement games. Thank you, Josh. But I do like The River. It's quicker. It's simple decisions. It's not difficult to play. It's probably one of the easiest worker placement games I've ever played, and it's pretty. So I like that aspect of it. And it's not too cutthroat. It's a little, but not too cutthroat to where somebody's going to be mad and they don't want to play anymore, like my wife. So The River is simple. It's easy. You're just putting things out, collecting resources, building things. And when you build so many of whatever you have to build, you get points for that. And you have this little board down here, too, that you're working on, connecting pieces. And if you connect the pieces together, you get points for that. It's like forest and plains and river or whatever. And so you'll get points into the game by having stuff connected. But you have to fill it out. It has to go in a row. It follows the river. So it is a great worker placement game. Like I said, it takes about 30 minutes to play, 30 to 45. Very fast, very fun. So if you haven't played The River, go check it out. I think you might like it. That's my number 52. Number 51 is Colony. It's been a while since I played Colony, but it made that big of an impression on me. Colony is a tableau building game. You're rolling dice to be able to use what in your tableau by the dice, and you're buying other things and trying to score the most points in building your colony. I really enjoy this card game. I don't know why. It's pretty simple, but it has a little bit of depth of what you choose, what you pick, how the dice roll sometimes can mess you over. You may get a dice you can't even use, but you have a card that'll let you manipulate that dice to where you can use it. So it is a good game. I like Colony a lot, and someday it's going to be in my collection. It's one of the games I'm thinking about purchasing. So Colony for me is my number 51. It almost made my top 50. It made that big of an impression on me, and when I play it, I have a great time each and every time. Guys, I want to say hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hey, if you like what I do here on the channel, check out my Patreon. There'll be a link to it in the description down below. or if you have any comments, hey, what games have I left off that you think should have been in my bottom 50? Or what games you think should have been in the bottom 50 that are there? Give me a comment about what games you like in this top, this 10 games here from my top 100, the 60 through 51. Let me know which ones you think deserve to be there, which ones you think didn't. Guys, remember what I always say. Get a board game to the table, spend time with friends and family, and thank you for watching Calvin's Got Game.